This is the all-new 2026 Chevrolet Camaro SS, and if you thought the Camaro legacy had reached its peak, this one proves Chevy still has fire left in its veins. The 2026 SS comes with a bold message. For every muscle car rival out there, this is what American power is supposed to feel like. The first thing that hits you is the exterior. Because Chevy clearly wanted the 2026 SS to look like it's outrunning its own shadow. The body sits lower, wider, and more aggressive than the previous model, as if it's constantly ready to launch forward. The redesigned front fascia carries a darker, angrier personality with sharper LED headlamps that look like they're staring straight into your soul. The larger front grille isn't just for style, it pumps more air straight into the V8, keeping it breathing harder during intense pulls. Every curve on the hood serves a purpose, with functional vents sculpted for real performance, not just decoration. Walk along the sides and you notice the new aerodynamic lines that make the car slip through the air, smoother than any Camaro before it. The wheel arches are pumped out just enough to give you that muscular stance, without feeling cartoonish. Chevy fitted the SS with stunning 20-inch aluminum wheels that grab the road like claws, adding both road presence and stability. And then there's the rear, one of the most iconic angles of any Camaro. The quad exhausts look like small cannons ready to fire, and the new LED taillight signature is modern, but still unmistakably Camaro. Even the rear spoiler has been reshaped to provide more downforce at high speed, without looking oversized. From every angle, the 2026 Camaro SS feels like the perfect mix of old-school muscle and futuristic sleekness. But the real surprise hits you when you open the door, because Chevy has elevated the interior far beyond what muscle cars used to offer. Step inside and you're greeted with an upscale cabin that finally feels like a true performance luxury cockpit. The first thing you feel is the premium, leather sport bucket seats that hug your body in all the right places, keeping you locked in during hard cornering but still comfortable enough for long highway drives. Chevy added contrast stitching and new color options that make the cabin feel more alive. The digital world inside the cabin takes things even further. You get a fully customizable 12-inch digital instrument cluster that adapts depending on your driving mode. Switch into sport or track, and the whole display transforms into an aggressive performance. Readout with shift indicators, temperature gauges, and live torque data. The center is dominated by a crisp 14-inch floating touchscreen, loaded with Chevy's latest infotainment system. Wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto are standard, but what steals the show is the performance data suite. Lap timers, G-force meters, real-time engine output. The stuff enthusiasts actually want. The materials feel richer too. Soft touch surfaces replace a lot of the rough plastics from previous models, and the aluminum accents bring a proper premium look. Even the steering wheel has been redesigned with a thicker grip, flat bottom, tactile paddle shifters, and a dedicated red performance mode button right at your thumb. And Chevy didn't forget the daily use features either. Ambient lighting, a premium Bose sound system, wireless charging, and dual-zone climate control make the 2026 SS just as enjoyable on a slow cruise as it is at full throttle. But none of this would matter if the Camaro SS didn't deliver where it counts: performance. And trust me, Chevy came back swinging. Under the hood sits the legendary 6.2-liter LT1 V8, now tuned to push out an estimated 485 horsepower and 495 lb-ft of torque. That is raw American energy at its finest. The sound alone is enough to make your heart race, with a deeper growl and a stronger bark when you hit the throttle. It's the kind of sound that lets the neighborhood know something serious just woke up. The 0-60 time drops to around 3.9 seconds thanks to improved traction control and upgraded launch dynamics. The 10-speed automatic transmission shifts faster than ever, keeping the power band tight and responsive. But if you're a purist, Chevy still offers a manual option, giving you that old-school connection that muscle car lovers crave. The handling is where the 2026 SS takes an unexpected leap. Chevy refined the suspension setup, making the car feel planted and confident even at high speeds. Magnetic ride control returns to give you instant, adaptive damping that reacts to the road in real time. On twisty roads, the Camaro SS feels tighter, sharper, and more composed than any version before it. Chevy also improved the braking system with larger Brembo brakes that provide massive stopping power without fade. Even under hard driving, The steering feels more accurate, offering better road feedback, and giving the car a balanced feel that boosts driver confidence. The car wants to be pushed, it invites you to drive harder, and at the same time handles the power with unexpected refinement. Whether you're launching hard off the line, carving through curves, or cruising down the highway, the 2026 Camaro SS feels fast, focused, and alive. Now let's talk price, because Chevy has positioned this car very smartly. The 2026 Camaro SS is expected to start around $44,000 to $46,000 depending on trim and options. For a car that delivers this level of performance, technology, and style, it's honestly one of the best value performance cars in the American market. Even when you add performance packages, upgraded wheels, and premium interior options, you still stay well below what many European rivals charge for similar power. Chevy knows exactly who this car is for: drivers who want real muscle without burning a hole in their bank account. What makes the 2026 Camaro SS special is that it doesn't try to be anything it's not. It doesn't chase trends, it doesn't try to become an EV competitor, and it doesn't pretend to be a luxury cruiser. It's a raw, powerful, unapologetic American muscle car built for people who still love the feeling of a roaring V8 under their right foot. It carries the soul of the classic Camaro but packages it in a way that feels modern, refined, and unmistakably aggressive. The kind of car that makes you look back every time you walk away from it. So, if you're looking for a machine that blends outrageous performance, killer looks, and surprising comfort, the 2026 Chevrolet Camaro SS deserves to be at the top of your list. Whether you're a lifelong Camaro fan or someone looking for their first taste of real American power, this car delivers the thrill you're searching for. This is the return of an American legend, the rebirth of a beast, the comeback nobody expected but everybody wanted. This is the 2026 Dodge Viper GTS, and believe me, this car isn't just back, it's out for domination. From the very first glance, the Viper GTS looks like it's doing 200 miles an hour even when it's parked. That iconic long hood returns, stretched out like a snake ready to strike, with deep aerodynamic grooves sculpted to slice through air and force feed the monster underneath. The body sits lower, wider, more aggressive than any Viper before it. Dodge kept the soul of the classic but sharpened every edge. The LED headlamps are more like the eyes of a predator, narrow, piercing, and mean. The front fascia has those massive dual intakes that practically scream for more airflow, and the carbon fiber splitter below is a reminder that this isn't a toy, it's a track weapon. Move to the side and the 2026 GTS shows off its new lightweight titanium wheels, wrapping around ultra-grippy performance tires. The handmade details are insane, functional. Vents right behind the wheels suck hot air out of the brakes, while the sculpted side profile channels wind directly into the side-mounted intakes. The car flows from front to back like liquid muscle, and every line is purposeful. This isn't styling for looks, this is styling for war. The rear haunches are thick, muscular, and intimidating, housing that monstrous traction needed to keep the power planted. And at the back, that giant carbon wing isn't for show, it's for genuine downforce that keeps this beast glued to the pavement at insane speeds. Inside the 2026 Dodge Viper GTS, the story takes a sharp turn. The old Viper interiors used to be rough, loud, and bare bones. Not anymore. Dodge completely transformed the cabin into a high-performance, luxury cockpit built for both daily driving and full-blown track assault. The first thing you'll notice is the premium Alcantara and leather, wrapped across the seat's dash and steering wheel. These racing seats are custom-molded, deep, bolstered, and heated. They lock you in place without punishing your back. The digital instrument cluster is fully customizable, giving you real-time performance metrics like G-force, oil temperature, boost pressure, and lap timing modes. The steering wheel feels like a proper race tool. Flat bottom, thick grip, and finished in high-quality Alcantara. Behind it, the paddle shifters are crafted from forged carbon, giving each shift a satisfying, punchy click. Even the infotainment system is upgraded with a large, high-resolution display supporting wireless Apple, CarPlay, and Android Auto. But Dodge didn't go overboard with screens and flashing graphics. Everything inside the Viper GTS serves a purpose. and nothing distracts you from the drive. You get a premium Harman Kardon sound system, ambient lighting, dual-zone climate control, and advanced driver safety features. But the heart of this car remains pure, raw performance. Now let's talk about the engine, because the soul of every Viper has always been the monster under the hood. Dodge shocked the world by bringing back the naturally aspirated V10, but this time they tuned it to a whole new level. The 2026 Viper GTS packs a 9.0-liter V10, pushing out an unbelievable 720 horsepower and 690 lb-ft of torque. This engine isn't whispering, it's screaming, and when you hit the throttle, the whole world around you feels like it's being pulled backward. Paired with a lightning-fast dual-clutch transmission, the 2026 Viper GTS rockets from 0 to 60 in just 2.8 seconds. And if you're brave enough to keep your foot down, it'll blast past 210 miles per hour without even breaking a sweat. The handling is sharper than any Viper ever made thanks to the upgraded lightweight chassis, adaptive suspension, and a redesigned traction management system. You get 3 main driving modes: Street, Sport, and Track. Each one completely changes the car's personality. In Street mode, it's surprisingly usable. Quiet enough, smooth enough, comfortable enough to take anywhere. But switch it to Track mode, and the Viper becomes an animal. Loud, responsive, violent, and ready to attack corners like it's hunting prey. Braking performance is equally insane thanks to carbon ceramic. Rotors paired with 6-piston Brembo calipers. This car stops as hard as it accelerates. The steering is laser precise, giving you constant road feedback. And because of the massive downforce created by the carbon wing, side vents, and underbody aero, the GTS feels unbelievably stable at high speeds. The old Viper was fast but wild. The new one is fast, controlled, and smarter. Pricing for the 2026 Dodge Viper GTS starts at around $165,000, but with performance packages, carbon options, and customization, the fully loaded models can easily push over $210,000. And honestly, for a hand-built American supercar with a V10 engine in 2026, it's still one of the craziest deals on the market. Cars with this kind of performance usually start at double the price. And no matter how many upgrades you choose, every Viper GTS comes with something money can't buy. Pure automotive legend. Driving the 2026 Viper GTS is an experience you don't forget. The moment you fire up that V10, you feel the ground shake. The exhaust note isn't just loud, it's aggressive, raw, and mechanical. It sounds like a machine ready for battle. On the road, the car grips like glue, darts like a missile, and delivers acceleration that punches you in the chest. Every gear shift feels like slamming a door in the face of physics. Every corner feels like a challenge. But what makes the 2026 Viper special is how it balances brutality with refinement. It's terrifying when you want it to be, but tame enough to daily drive if you know what you're doing. This car isn't trying to be European, futuristic, or overly polite. It's loud, unapologetic, and proudly American. It brings back everything gearheads loved about the original Viper. Massive displacement, rear-wheel drive madness, pure driver involvement, but wrapped in modern technology and a premium feel that makes it better than ever. So who is the 2026 Dodge Viper GTS really for? It's for the driver who wants raw power, not filtered performance. For the enthusiast who wants to feel the car fight back. For someone who wants to own a piece of American automotive. History revived for a new generation. If you want a car that feels alive, unpredictable, and insanely fun, the Viper GTS is in a league of its own. And there you have it. The full review of the legendary 2026 Dodge Viper GTS, a car reborn, redesigned, and ready to take on anything. This is the Morris Minor 2026, a name that once defined simple British motoring and has now returned in a way nobody saw coming. What you're looking at here is not just a car, it's an emotion, a rolling piece of history reimagined for a new generation. And by the end of this video, you'll understand why the Morris Minor 2026 is already turning heads all over the world. At first glance, the exterior instantly pulls you back in time, but the closer you look, the more futuristic it feels. The classic rounded silhouette that made the original Morris Minor iconic is still here, but it's been tightened, refined, and modernized. The front end carries those signature circular headlights, now fully LED with smart adaptive lighting hidden behind retro-style lenses. The grille keeps that friendly, smiling character, but now it's cleaner, smoother, and more aerodynamic. Chrome accents are used sparingly, giving it a premium touch without overdoing the nostalgia. From the side, the proportions are beautifully balanced. The short overhangs and curved roofline stay true to the original design, while larger alloy wheels give it a confident stance on the road. Depending on the trim, you can get 16 or 17-inch wheels styled to look classic but built with modern, lightweight materials. Subtle character lines run along the doors, adding depth without ruining the simplicity that Morris Minor fans love. Even the door handles are a clever mix of old-school design with modern, keyless entry technology. Around the back, the Morris Minor 2026 continues to impress. The rounded rear end feels familiar, but the LED taillights bring it firmly into the modern era. The badging is minimal, clean, and tasteful. There's no fake aggressiveness here, no oversized spoilers or unnecessary vents. This car doesn't scream for attention. It earns it quietly. The overall paint options also deserve praise, offering classic pastel shades alongside modern metallic finishes, making the car equally appealing to vintage lovers and new-age drivers. Step inside, and this is where the real surprise begins. The interior of the Morris Minor 2026 is a perfect blend of charm and technology. The dashboard design takes inspiration from the original, with a simple horizontal layout. But everything you touch feels premium. Soft touch materials, real metal accents, and optional wood trim give the cabin a warm, welcoming vibe. The steering wheel keeps a thin, classic look but integrates modern controls seamlessly. Right in the center, you'll find a floating touchscreen infotainment system that doesn't look out of place. It supports Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, navigation, and even over-the-air updates. The digital display behind the steering wheel is customizable, allowing you to switch between a classic, analog-style view and a fully modern digital layout. It's like having two cars in one, depending on your mood. The seats are another highlight. They're designed to look vintage but feel completely modern. Supportive, comfortable, and wrapped in high-quality fabric or optional leather, they make long drives enjoyable. Front seats offer heating and optional ventilation, something unimaginable in the original Morris Minor. The rear seats provide decent space for adults, making this more than just a weekend cruiser. Storage spaces are cleverly hidden throughout the cabin, and the trunk is surprisingly practical for a car of this size. When it comes to performance, the Morris Minor 2026 focuses on smoothness, efficiency, and everyday usability rather than outright speed. Under the hood, buyers can expect multiple powertrain options depending on the market. The base model comes with a small turbocharged petrol engine designed for city driving, delivering smooth acceleration and excellent fuel economy. There's also a mild hybrid option that improves efficiency and reduces emissions without sacrificing character. For those looking toward the future, an all-electric version of the Morris Minor 2026 is expected to be the real game changer. The electric variant offers instant torque, quiet operation, and a driving experience that feels perfectly matched to the car's relaxed personality. Acceleration is brisk enough for urban traffic, and the range is expected to comfortably handle daily commuting with ease. Charging is simple, with fast charging support making it practical even for longer trips. On the road, the Morris Minor 2026 feels light, nimble, and incredibly easy to drive. The suspension is tuned for comfort, soaking up bumps while maintaining control through corners. Steering is responsive without being overly sharp, making it ideal for city streets and relaxed highway cruising. This isn't a car built for racing. It's built for enjoyment, for connection, for making every drive feel special. Safety has also been taken seriously. The Morris Minor 2026 comes equipped with modern driver assistance features, including automatic emergency braking, lane keeping assist, blind spot monitoring, and adaptive cruise control. These systems are subtly integrated, ensuring they don't distract from the classic driving experience, while still providing peace of mind. Now let's talk about pricing, because this is where the Morris Minor 2026 becomes even more interesting. The expected starting price places it competitively against modern compact cars, making it accessible to a wide audience. Higher trims with premium materials, advanced tech, and electric powertrains naturally cost more, but they still remain reasonable considering the uniqueness and emotional value this car offers. Compared to other retro-inspired vehicles on the market, the Morris Minor 2026 delivers incredible value for money. In the end, the Morris Minor 2026 is not just a car, it's a statement. It proves that you can honor the past without being trapped by it. It delivers modern comfort, technology, and safety while preserving the soul that made the original so beloved. Whether you're a longtime Morris fan or someone discovering the name for the first time, this car has a way of winning hearts instantly. If you love cars that tell a story, cars that stand out without trying too hard, and cars that make every journey feel special, then the Morris Minor 2026 might just be one of the most exciting releases of the year. 2026 Dodge Viper. This isn't just a car review. This is the return of an American icon that once terrified supercars. From Europe and rewrote the rulebook on what a driver-focused beast should feel like. The 2026 Viper isn't here to play safe. It's here to remind the world what unfiltered performance really means. The moment you lay eyes on the 2026 Dodge Viper, it's clear this car was designed with one goal in mind: intimidation. The long hood stretches aggressively forward, paying homage to the classic Viper silhouette, but everything about it feels sharper, lower, and more modern. The front fascia is brutally purposeful, with a wide gaping grille that looks like it's inhaling air by the ton, flanked by razor-thin LED headlights that give the car a predatory stare. The hood vents aren't decorative, they scream function, channeling heat away from the massive engine underneath while adding to that unmistakable Viper aggression. From the side, the Viper's proportions are pure muscle. The massive front fenders, sculpted doors, and signature side exhaust outlets instantly set it apart from anything else on the road. Dodge hasn't softened the Viper for the modern era. Those side pipes remain, louder in presence and attitude than ever, reminding you that this is not a polite sports car. The wide rear haunches hint at the power being sent to the back wheels, while the low roofline and tight cabin placement emphasize its race-bred DNA. At the rear, the design finishes strong with an aggressive diffuser, quad exhaust tips, and a subtle yet functional rear wing that adds downforce without ruining the car's iconic shape. This is American muscle refined with modern aerodynamics, not diluted by them. Step inside the 2026 Dodge Viper and you'll immediately notice that luxury takes a back seat to performance but not comfort. The cabin feels like a cockpit built for serious driving. Premium leather, Alcantara, and exposed carbon fiber dominate the interior, creating a space that feels high-end without losing its raw edge. The seats are deeply bolstered, holding you tightly in place during aggressive cornering while still offering enough comfort for long drives. Dodge has clearly focused on ergonomics here. Everything is angled toward the driver, reinforcing that this car is about connection, control, and confidence. The steering wheel is thick, flat-bottomed and wrapped in Alcantara, with perfectly placed controls that don't distract you while driving hard. Behind it sits a fully digital instrument cluster that blends classic, Viper-inspired gauges with modern performance data, including G-forces, lap times, and customizable drive modes. The center console houses a modern infotainment system with Apple, CarPlay, and Android Auto, but thankfully doesn't dominate the cabin. This isn't a touchscreen-first car. Physical buttons and switches remain for key functions, something true driving enthusiasts will deeply appreciate. The sound system is premium, but let's be honest, the real music comes from the engine, and that brings us to the heart of the beast. Under the hood of the 2026 Dodge Viper lives what fans have been praying for: a monstrous, naturally aspirated V10, refined for modern emissions but still brutally powerful. Dodge is rumored to push this engine well beyond 700 horsepower, delivering instant throttle response and an unmistakable roar that no turbocharged engine can replicate. This is old-school power with modern engineering, producing torque so fierce it feels like the car is constantly straining against the pavement. Power is sent to the rear wheels exactly as it should be, And yes, Dodge keeps the purist dream alive with a manual transmission option, alongside a lightning-fast dual clutch. Automatic for those who want maximum performance numbers. The acceleration is savage, launching the Viper from 0 to 60 in just over 3 seconds, while the top speed comfortably pushes beyond 210 miles per hour. This isn't just fast in a straight line. The 2026 Viper is engineered to dominate corners as well. The chassis is lighter and stiffer than ever, using aluminum and carbon fiber to improve rigidity while keeping weight in check. Adaptive suspension allows the Viper to transform from a street-crushing monster into a track-focused weapon at the press of a button. Steering feedback is raw and direct, giving you a constant conversation with the road. The brakes are massive carbon ceramic units that deliver relentless stopping power, even after repeated high-speed runs. This car doesn't hide its intentions. It demands respect and rewards skill. Despite all this performance, Dodge hasn't ignored modern safety and technology. Advanced traction control systems, performance stability modes, and customizable drive settings allow drivers to tailor the car's behavior, whether they want full aggression or a slightly more forgiving experience. But make no mistake, the Viper still expects you to know what you're doing. This is not a beginner's sports car, and that's exactly why it's special. Now let's talk pricing, because a machine like this doesn't come cheap. The 2026 Dodge Viper is expected to start around $120,000 in the United States, positioning it as a serious competitor to European supercars from brands like Porsche, Ferrari, and McLaren. In the UK, prices are likely to land near $105,000, while Canadian buyers can expect figures around $160,000 CAD. In Germany, where performance standards are brutally high, the Viper is estimated to start at approximately $130,000, making it a bold American alternative to the usual European heavyweights. Considering the power, exclusivity, and emotional experience this car delivers, many enthusiasts will see it as a bargain in the supercar world. The 2026 Dodge Viper isn't about chasing trends or pleasing everyone. It's about passion, rebellion, and reminding the automotive world that driving can still be raw, emotional, and thrilling. In an era dominated by electric motors and silent speed, the Viper stands tall as a roaring symbol of what made us fall in love with cars in the first place. If you've been waiting for a true driver's car that doesn't compromise its soul, the Viper's return might just be the moment you've been waiting for. This is the 2026 Ford Mustang GT, a car that carries more than just horsepower under the hood. It carries decades of American muscle heritage, modern technology, and an attitude that still makes hearts race the moment it appears on the road. The first thing that hits you about the 2026 Mustang GT is its presence. This car doesn't try to be subtle, and honestly, it shouldn't. Ford has refined the aggressive DNA rather than softening it. The front fascia looks sharper and more confident, with a wider grille that gives the Mustang a lower, more planted stance. The signature tri-bar LED headlights are slimmer and more modern now, but they still keep that unmistakable Mustang identity. The hood lines are more sculpted, flowing back aggressively and hinting at the power hiding underneath. From the side, the long hood and short rear deck proportions are classic Mustang, but the details feel more premium and more athletic. The body creases are tighter, the shoulders look broader, and the wheels, especially in higher trims, fill the arches perfectly. Ford offers multiple wheel designs, ranging from classic muscle-inspired alloys to more aggressive performance-focused styles that scream track-ready. At the rear, the iconic triple taillights are now fully LED with a darker, smoked look that adds a modern edge. The rear diffuser is more pronounced, and the quad exhaust tips on the GT leave no doubt that this is the real deal, not just a styling package. Step inside the 2026 Mustang GT, and you'll immediately notice how much Ford has stepped up its interior game. This is no longer just a muscle car with a powerful engine. It feels like a proper modern performance cockpit. The dashboard is dominated by a large digital instrument cluster paired with an equally impressive central infotainment screen. Everything feels driver-focused, angled slightly toward you, making the experience feel immersive. Whether you're cruising or pushing the car hard, the digital gauge cluster is fully customizable, allowing you to choose classic analog style layouts or modern performance-focused displays that show everything from G-forces to real-time power delivery. The infotainment system runs Ford's latest software, which is smoother, faster, and more intuitive than ever. Wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto come standard, and the response time is quick, making navigation, music, and performance settings easy to access without distraction. The seats in the Mustang GT strike a great balance between comfort and sportiness. They hold you in place during aggressive driving but remain comfortable enough for daily use and long highway trips. Depending on the trim, you get premium materials like leather, contrast stitching, and even optional Recaro performance seats for those who want maximum support. The flat-bottom steering wheel feels thick and confident in your hands, with perfectly placed controls that let you adjust drive modes, exhaust sound, and performance settings without taking your eyes off the road. Now let's talk about what truly defines the Mustang GT, the performance. Under the hood, the 2026 Mustang GT proudly continues with its naturally aspirated 5.0-liter Coyote V. In a world moving rapidly toward turbocharging and electrification, this engine feels like a rebellious statement, and enthusiasts absolutely love it. Power output is expected to be even more refined, delivering well over 480 horsepower with a soundtrack that no turbocharged engine can replicate. Press the start button, and the Mustang GT comes alive with that deep, aggressive V8 rumble. It's not just loud, it's emotional. You feel it in your chest, and that's exactly how a Mustang should sound. Ford offers both a 6-speed manual transmission for purists and a 10-speed automatic for those who want lightning fast shifts and maximum performance. The manual feels mechanical and engaging, while the automatic delivers brutal acceleration and smooth cruising when you need it. On the road, the 2026 Mustang GT feels more balanced and confident than ever before. Ford has refined the suspension and chassis tuning, making the car feel planted during high-speed driving while still being comfortable enough for everyday use. The steering is precise and responsive, giving you a strong connection to the road. Whether you're carving through corners or launching from a stoplight, the Mustang GT delivers confidence and excitement in equal measure. Drive modes allow you to completely change the personality of the car. In normal mode, it's surprisingly calm and refined, perfect for city driving or highway cruising. Switch to sport or track mode, and the car transforms instantly. Throttle response sharpens. The exhaust gets louder, the steering tightens, and the Mustang reminds you exactly why it has dominated the muscle car world for generations. Braking performance is equally impressive, with large performance brakes that provide strong, consistent stopping power even during aggressive driving. Optional performance packages add even bigger brakes, upgraded suspension components, and enhanced cooling systems, making the Mustang GT a serious contender not just on the street but also on the track. When it comes to pricing, the 2026 Ford Mustang GT remains surprisingly competitive for what it offers. The expected starting price sits around the mid-$40,000 range, making it one of the most accessible true V8 performance cars on the market. As you move up with performance packages, premium interior options, and technology upgrades, the price can climb into the $50,000 to $60,000 range, but even then, the value is hard to beat considering the power, heritage, and daily usability this car delivers. What truly makes the 2026 Mustang GT special is how it blends old-school muscle with modern innovation. It respects its roots while embracing the future, offering a driving experience that feels raw, emotional, and thrilling, yet refined enough for everyday life. This is not just a car, it's a statement, a symbol of freedom, power, and American automotive culture. If you've ever dreamed of owning a car that makes every drive feel special, that turns heads without trying, and that delivers pure driving excitement every single time you press the throttle, the 2026 Ford Mustang GT deserves a spot at the very top of your list. And as always, stay tuned to Auto Rush Pro for more high-performance reviews, real driving passion, and the cars that truly matter.